Hey, how's it going, guys? Andrew here, Enough Said Cards on Sunday evening. Just wanted to make a quick video. This is going to be a response for Baseball Card Junkies TV and the contest they're running for their 2,000th subscriber, which is awesome milestone. And Tops 85 401 and Titanic Taters, you guys have one of the best channels on YouTube. I really enjoy your videos. So, wouldn't be surprised if we see a 3,000 contest here in the not too distant future. But for this contest, they wanted you to explain how you came up with your YouTube channel name and then show 4 cards. They wanted to see the weirdest cards in your collection. So Enough Said Cards. Enough Said refers to a guy named Michael McGreevy who was a diehard Boston baseball fan first with the Boston Bean Eaters, who then later became the Braves, and then the Red Sox. And he was the leader of a fan club called the Royal Rooters. They were also sometimes called the Roxbury Rooters. And this was a pretty raucous crowd, a group of guys that would go to games and just really diehard Boston fans. And so I've been a diehard Red Sox fan my entire life, so it just kind of fit. And I kind of became interested in McGreevy. He's kind of an interesting character to me anyway. And Enough Said comes from the fact that he owned a bar called Third Base, the last place you go before you go home. And I guess when he was in the bar, there'd be some kind of dispute, and he would pound his fists on the bar and yell out "Enough said," and that was the end of the dispute. I guess that's the story anyway. So the bar was open for a long time, but then it ended up closing when Prohibition came about, and that was the end of it. And he took down all the photos and memorabilia that he had in the bar and donated it all to the Boston Public Library, and I believe it's all still there. Recently, in the last 20 years or so, the Red Sox have started playing a song called Tessie, which is a song by the Dropkick Murphys. They play it at the games at Fenway, and the Royal Rooters and Enough Said McGreevy used to sing a song called Tessie back in the early part of the 20th century at the games. It was like their theme song, and the Dropkick Murphys kind of used that song to create their song, and some interesting lyrics in the Dropkick Murphys version. They refer to a bunch of old players, which is pretty neat. But anyhow, staying with that theme, I'm going to take a little bit of a liberty with that, and I don't really have 4 weird cards that I could come up with, so I'm going to show 4 Enough Said McGreevy items that are in my collection. Hope that's okay. So here we go. The first one, this is a 1904 Red Sox program. Jimmy Collins, Hall of Famer Jimmy Collins there in the center. And then on the bottom there you can see an ad for Third Base, Enough Said McGreevy's bar. And that says Roxbury Rooters there, a little cartoon with McGreevy there in the front. So it's pretty excited when I picked this up earlier this year. Actually, this game was Cy Young pitched against Addie Joss, which was pretty cool, so 2 Hall of Famers. So that's my first Enough Said McGreevy item. Another thing I didn't mention was that McGreevy was actually employed by the Red Sox for at least a year, maybe longer, as a spring training coach. And at that time, the Red Sox had spring training in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and I'm pretty certain that that's where this photo was taken. This is a cabinet photo. I don't know if you can tell. It's kind of like on thick cardboard there. And I bought this from a guy on Net54. And I've seen some other images that were taken in Hot Springs that appear to have been taken the same day as this photo. So there's Enough Said McGreevy in the uniform there. The only other person that I've been able to identify is the guy in the front there in the sweater. That's a guy named Charlie Green, who was a longtime Red Sox trainer. And then the guy in the back there, I think it's possible that he is the owner of the Red Sox at that time, a guy named John Taylor. But I'm not sure about that. I've tried to match up photos and just can't tell. He looks similar. Um, so if anyone out there has any idea who the rest of these people are, I would love to know. Um, so that's a photo there. And then these other two other items are postcards. This one is of the Eastman Hotel in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and that's the hotel where the Red Sox would stay at spring training. And this one is postmarked March 21st, 1914, and it's actually a postcard that was sent to Nuff Said McGreevy by a guy named Joe Lannon, who was the owner of the Red Sox in 1914. And some cool baseball content in there. He talks about going for the pennant this year, and so I was pretty excited to get that. And then finally, another postcard showing a tower in Hot Springs. And this one was sent to Nuff Said McGreevy also by a guy named Joe Burns, who was a documented member of the Royal Rooters, and a guy whose name appears in some things written about them. So picked up that one also. And that's it. Thanks again to Baseball Card Junkies TV for running this contest and for your great channel, and keep the videos coming. And hope everyone has a good Sunday night, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.